Question mark.
Welcome, parents, families, and guests. I am Jeff Cranston, the principal of Greeley West High School. It is with great honor and pride that I preside over the 56th commencement ceremony for Greeley West High School and the class of 2022. At this time, I respectfully request that you sign
Please stand and remove your
Thank you again to the Royal County Sheriff's Office for volunteering for our Good morning. Welcome graduate staffs and families. We are blessed to be here to celebrate the class of 2022. Let me start by introducing our dignitaries who are joining me on stage. Please hold your applause until the end as I introduce our special guest. I have Dr. Jennifer Welch, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Stacy Gabry, Assistant Superintendent, Taylor Sullivan, Terry Cottis, and Pepper Mueller, School Board Directors. Amy Zuloff, Amanda Jones, Ryan Gilligan, Aaron Allen, Assistant Principals, Thomas Nugent, Teacher of the Year, Mr. Ryan Bates, our keynote speaker, and Mark English, our counselor for the class. I also need to thank all the people that helped make this ceremony possible. Our office staff, who worked tirelessly the last few weeks to prepare for the day. Let's give them a round of applause. Our teachers and support staff who have spent countless hours with the students over the last 4 years. Our District 6 facilities crew who are scattered around here that have put on almost half a dozen graduations this week. Thank you, District 6 grounds crew. District 6 communications who are doing the audio and live streaming for us today. The University of Northern Colorado was an intro backwards to accommodate our request this week. Thank you. And as far along, Lindsay Ellis from Johnson's, who has allowed us to see a lot of work behind the scenes accompanying us today. Thank you, Johnson's. We're going to jump right into our ceremony and have the honor to present the class of 2022 valedictorian and salutatorian awards. I'm going to ask Dr. Welch to come up here. Our first salutatorian, we're going to have two here today. Finished her high school career with a 4.5 GPA and is able to attend the University of Colorado to study business. Congratulations, Allison Martinez. Our second salutatorian finished his high school career with a 4.4 GPA and will attend the University of Cal Berkeley to study mathematics and music. Congratulations, Alan Rowe. And our valedictorian is young ways to teach you, your fellow graduates, what we want to do as you represent your families, your school, and your community as you go out to the world. This time, we are in our valedictorian for Sunday for the rest of the class of 2022.
People often compare learning new skills to learning to walk. When you learn to walk, it's a messy process. First you crawl, then you stand, then you fall a lot, and then you finally learn to walk. However, it's the falling step that I want to focus on. When you get to that step, falling starts out in whatever direction you're leaning. However, eventually you begin to fall forward, more and more until you're eventually moving in the direction you need to go. Finally, you stop falling altogether. Now, I want you to think about all the ways in which you fall in high school. Did you fall sideways, forward, maybe backwards from the goals you were setting? Whether it was a consistent failure to get past your cross entry, or my lack of self-confidence in my freshman bachelor track, or the big stress by me, it seemed I never stopped falling during high school. I've been in many moments where I fell short, and yet I showed up. Eventually, I saw significant improvements in my time for track and cross entry. I came to get playing for most of our most recent productions, and I just contributed to the live program. I failed more than succeeded, and yet I failed myself all the way onto the station. Now, I want you to think about just how far you can walk despite other walls, and just how great it is to be able to cross this finish line. So where do we go from here? Over the past year or so, I've been asked a few questions repeatedly. They've been asked so many times, do you scream as clearly every year? Some of these include, where are you going next year? And have you chosen a major? Or where are you going to work at graduation? As overwhelming and stressful as these questions may be, they all recognize one thing. You're about to start a stage in your life where you're going to enjoy more freedom than you probably ever experienced. Freedom, which we can all enjoy, is actually an opportunity. An opportunity to explore every interest you possibly have and make your life one that you want to live. If you like food, go learn to cook. If you like music, go learn an instrument. If you like science, go major in a research company. If you like comedy, go try performing at a comedy. Your options are practically limitless. The most amazing part about freedom, though, isn't that you will always succeed, but that you have the opportunity to fail. It's better to try something and know that you don't like it than to continue living sickened by the feeling of missing out. In fact, it's just like when you fail doing something you hate, so you might as well fail doing something you like. I'd like to tell you a short story that is similar. There once was a wise man who owned a bunch of wild horses. One day, one of the horses ran away, and all the people from the town came by and said, "Oh my gosh, it's so horrible, the horse ran away." To which the man responded, "Maybe." The next day, the horse came back and brought with it 7 wild horses. Everyone from the town came back again and said, "Oh my gosh, it's so amazing, the horse brought back 7 more wild horses." To which the man responded, "Maybe." The day after that, the man's son was riding on the horses, fell off, and broke his arm. Again, everyone from the town came by and said, "Oh my gosh, that's so horrible, your son broke his arm." To which the man again responded, "Maybe." The last day, the military came by to take him maybe while he met his living military. But because his son had broke his arm the day before. The lesson of the story is that you never know when something's going to be good or bad, so you shouldn't worry so much about everything that has happened from then on. When you fail, you learn, and even if you fail again and again, you'll fail closer to your dreams than before. So, the best advice I can give you from now on is just show up. Show up, even if you're afraid of not doing everything right, of things going wrong, or of not having a perfect plan. All you need to do is take the step to show up, and you'll figure it out and get better. Although things may not always seem to work out in the short run, trust that it will always work out in the long run. So go, fail, fall, try again, learn to fail better, and the world will see what you tough, really kids can really do. It's been an honor to fail and succeed among such a
job, Logan. While our next performer is setting up, we want to recognize graduates who have enlisted to serve our country. At this time, I would like to thank the following graduates and their families who stand to be recognized for their commitment to our nation. Joining the Army from the class of 2022, Michael Lyons. Joining the Navy from the class of 2022, Edward Hernandez. We have one student that could not be here today because he is already on basic training, and that's KP. Joining the Marines, Jose Morales Perez. Joining the Marine Corps, Alexandra O'Rear. Joining the Marines, James Stebbins. Joining the Marine Corps, Lachlan Tribe. Joining the Marine Corps, Mason Van Buren. Joining the Marine Corps, Ursa Vasquez. Joining the Marine Corps, Juan Estrella Yuluna. Thank you for your service to the U.S. graduates. I also want to take a moment to recognize some of the incredible journeys that our graduates have taken here today. Those students who will be the first member of their family to graduate high school and or attend college this fall, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. Now join me in welcoming Ali Long to the stage to perform All the Lights by Kanye West. Thank you, Ali. I now have the pleasure of welcoming Kimberly Shanks, student body co-president, to the stage to address our graduates. It's okay. You made a grand entrance. Good job.
Thank you.
There you go.
Hi. Thank you, Mr. Cranston. Whew. Beautiful weather we're having today. Just kidding. Too soon? I knew. I told my parents I would be giving this speech today, and I was kind of nervous, but they were like, just practice in the mirror. One reflection does make up for 1,000 people. Luckily, I did take public speaking with Ms. Fremel sophomore year. So, yes, I'm overqualified, and yes, I have tons of experience. But truly, I want to say thank you to Greeley West administrators, educators, and faculty members who have supported us for the past 4 years. On behalf of my class, I would also like to say thank you to the parents, guardians, and loved ones for being here today, in person and via Zoom. Graduates, for those who are unable to be present today, please carry them in your heart as we celebrate this monumental occasion. I am honored for the opportunity to be able to speak to you on behalf of the class of 2022. If these past 4 years have taught us anything, it's that life itself is precious, but nothing is promised. 2 out of 4 years were given to us. Half the amount of school traditions, half the amount of time spent with friends, and half of an education. Even though much was lost, I'd like to think we had even more to gain. We gained knowledge about life that most people don't have the chance to learn till it's too late. High school taught us to appreciate every moment and opportunity that's given to us, because who knows when that chance will be offered to us again. To continue to embody this, you have to allow yourself to take risk. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Be the one to do things that are hard, the things that scare you, or the things you'll fail at. You don't have to be fearless, just don't let fear be the thing to stop you, or you'll never know the possibilities of what you can accomplish. While doing this, I hope you are also able to live life. Ferris Bueller once said, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around for it once in a while, you might miss it." You'll always be thinking about tomorrow. That's just how life is. That's why it's important to live in the moment. From seeing your friends during passing period to milestones like being a high schooler for the last time. So as you continue to be ambitious and chase success, remember that everyone is given the opportunity to be alive, but not everyone gets the opportunity to live life. As we continue to move on from Greeley West, don't only hold on to the memories of the indoor water features, the spacious parking lot, the gesture expressed by our passionate Spartan statue, or how it miraculously passed health inspection all these years. But remember the people, the spirit, the community given to us by that building. Entering through those doors every day proves how we truly are tough Greeley kids. I hope today we walk away from Greeley West with fulfillment, not just with what we have done, but with the possibilities of what we can do. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Great job, Kimberly. Now I have the pleasure of welcoming Tanny Shuttler to the stage to address the class of 2022.
Hello. I wholeheartedly believe the class of 2022 has personified Spartan pride. Spartan pride is getting up every morning to come to school when you don't want to. It's being a part of extracurriculars. It's making friends, making sure your classmates understand assignments, participating in spirit weeks, and admitting that you're a part of such a wonderful family. Even at the start of freshman year, the excitement we collectively shared for the beginning of the unknown was comforting and electrifying to be a part of and see. And the first spark of Spartan pride was striking. Even now, as a senior, at every game and assembly, I am honored to be a part of a class that cares so intensely about being there for one another. We have admittedly missed a lot with our high school experience, through being clueless freshmen, not yet prepared for anything high school really had in store, surviving a pandemic almost in one piece, having to say goodbye to a building that we kind of liked but didn't really want to see go, and then watch the underclassmen get excited about taking the new one over, and then getting our time together cut short. But we have gained priceless lessons that will nurture us in the future and remind us of the good things we might not have even known we had. We've somehow come out the other side. The changes we have each individually gone through have broken us down and in turn built us back up to now be ready for our stepping into the future. Steps that would not be possible without the people we surround ourselves with. I think I speak for everyone when I say that we could not have come this far without our teachers, friends, coaches, staff, and administrators. The day-to-day lessons taught, whether they're about what we're really learning in class or if we have branched off and are now talking about what has been happening in our lives recently, the teachers are the people really listening. I truly do love school, but I know too that this cannot be the same experience for everyone. But still, I know that as I have been impacted by my teachers, you have been too. Every day we come to whatever is left of the building, and we are met with empathy, humor, and acceptance by the adults in the classroom. We all started as unbearable freshmen, eager to know ourselves and act beyond what we knew was right for our futures. And still, the teachers approached us with patience and waited 4 really long years to watch us grow into people they feel comfortable letting step into the future. Thank you for guiding us even when you didn't want to, into being the last of the truly, as Torres would say, tough Greeley West kids. We are the last of the good ones. We have gone through it all. Now we blaze forward, eyes wide and fearful, convincing ourselves that we are excited about everything changing. I used to think that success meant doing everything I possibly could, trying to be student body president and valedictorian, joining every single club and going as far as I could before it was my time. But I was humbled, shown the value of being more than my resume. And I have come so far because my friends and family have showed me how to break free from irrelevant expectations. Thank you, every single one of you in the class of 2022, for making a seemingly imperfect and undesirable high school experience actually be something completely valuable and worthy of appreciation and admiration. I wish every last one of you luck in everything moving forward, and right now, we say goodbye to an overwhelming amount. We say farewell to childhood, but we begin in the most excitingly independent time of our lives. As one door closes, another one opens. I hope we can all squeeze through the doorway at once.
Great job. All right, okay, you can start setting up, yeah.
Ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I could have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions. I recall, I really don't know clouds at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at life that way. But now old friends, they're acting strange. They shake their heads and say I've changed. So many things that I have gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions. I recall, I really don't know life. I've looked at life through both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's life's illusions. I recall, I really don't know life at all.
Thank you, seniors, and thank you to all of our speakers and performers today. Let's give them one more round of applause. Great job, everybody. The tradition at Greeley West is that the senior class selects a teacher to give the commencement address each year. This year's honor goes to a man who is a science teacher and an avid teacher at Greeley West, who spends his free time coaching boys and girls tennis for the Spartans and around the Greeley community. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a fellow Greeley West alum, Mr. Ryan Pace.
Thank you, Principal Cranston. Wow, how awesome is it to be here to share this day with all of you. It is tough to follow up Bowden, Tanny, and Kimmy's speeches and that great musical performance we just heard, but I am excited to be here to build on them. First off, thank you to the families, friends, teachers, principals, administrators, and everyone else who is here today for being such a supportive part of our Spartans' lives. Thank you to my loving wife, who probably has this speech memorized word for word. And lastly, thank you to the greatest class of seniors that Greeley West has ever seen. And that is why we are here for our class of 2022 Spartans, the Spartans who have been through it all, who have persevered and overcome again and again and again. With the repeated roadblocks over the last 4 years, it would have been easy to quit, but instead I have seen our community come together and get stronger. Everyone in this gym is connected by the events during this class's high school career. So I want to go on a journey and see what being a Spartan means to all of us. As many of you know, I graduated from Greeley West. Yes, the same asbestos-infested, water-leaking, windowless building that you just spent the past 4-ish years in. More importantly, I spent a lot of time in the building with a lot of the same people that you've had the chance to. Believe it or not, Mr. Cranston back there, he wasn't born a principal. He actually started out as a business teacher while I was in high school. He coached baseball with our avid guru, Dave Falter. They both had full, not gray heads of hair at the time. Speaking of baseball, the head coach when I graduated in 2006 was Brian Holmes. You may remember him from that health class where you saw some things you can't quite unsee. At least that's how I remember the class. Holmes was a legend, best coach in the state. Now I've had the opportunity to work with him and coach his son at the state tennis tournament. I've also gotten to coach another former teacher of mine's son at the state tennis tournament. In fact, Eli and his partner Mateo are sitting in these seats right now. Yeah. That teacher would be Mr. Brandon Torres. I have a confession about Mr. Torres. He scared the bleep out of me in high school. I was never late to his class, went silent when it was time to test for statistical significance, and every ELO we had, that's what we called homeroom back then, I was in his room. When I look back on it though, being scared of Torres made no sense. He was a big softie, and as you guys saw, he can't even make a half-court shot. What I will say, though, is I know how much Torres cared about his students' success, and that has not changed. The same could be said about Miss Beth Dent, who I had the pleasure of having as my English teacher sophomore year. I didn't have a more terrifying experience than when I had to give an oral presentation at the end of the semester, one-on-one, with the famous Miss Dent. I don't really remember too many test scores that I got on assignments and presentations, but I got a 31 out of 35 on hers, and that still sticks in my mind today. She set me up for success in my future AP English course with Mrs. Amy Tuttle, where I was able to read more books in 1 year than I have in the past 15. I'll tell you, I didn't have enough of an appreciation for theater coming into high school, but that all changed when I met Miss Peggy Freemall. After I took one of her introductory classes, I didn't miss a show. What our thespians produce is amazing, and this year was no exception. I didn't have an opportunity to have some of the other amazing teachers that were towards the beginning of their careers, Feinberg, Krause, Scott, Harris, Fisher, Winter, San Roque. But knowing them as professionals, I can tell you that I wish I had. And lastly, there's one other teacher that I shared with you that I am guessing had an impact on both of us, Mr. Don Wagner. My biggest regret is that I only had him for one semester, but I bet he's probably pretty happy he didn't have to put up with me for too long. Wags had a way of drawing in students naturally, and I looked forward to learning in his classroom. He handed me my diploma, and now working with him today is the best. Oh, I promised him I wouldn't make any short jokes, so I'm going to refrain from such lame humor. I'm guessing many of you can relate to these stories with your teachers, whether they were ones we shared or not, and that is what is so amazing about Greeley West. We are family, we are always there for each other, and we always will be. With all that said, there are quite a few things that you have had to deal with that I could not imagine having to be a high schooler and overcome. Let's start with the pandemic. I still remember the uncertainty when we were all sitting in class on March 12th, 2020. We were having conversations in biology about how viruses evolve and everything was going to be okay. Then everything got shut down. We were still playing a tennis match that afternoon. It was a gloomy day. It was cloudy out. Sun couldn't be seen anywhere. We said goodbye after that match, hoping that we would see each other in 2 weeks. Little did we know it was going to turn out to be 5 months until we were back to start your junior year. But it wasn't normal. Masks, half the time online, spraying down desks, and of course that underlying fear of getting a virus that had caused a pandemic. Some of us avoided it. Some of us got very sick from it. Some of us lost people close to us. It affected everyone in different ways, but it affected you for another year, taking away lots of experiences you would have had in your junior year. Senior year was at least normal-ish, kind of. Every school in the nation has had to deal with the pandemic in some fashion, but not every school had to manage moving into a new building while their seniors are trying to finish up high school. So imagine this, you're walking down the hallway, getting ready for your first class, happier than a clam to be starting your week off right after a good night's sleep and a healthy breakfast. Then it hits you, water falls on your head. You look up, the ceiling is leaking. Then you look down the 400 hall, you see 8 trash cans lining it, catching the leaks. So then you run to the closest bathroom to clean off, but it takes you 4 minutes and 32 seconds to get there because the closest bathroom is closed because a toilet is leaking. It smells worse than a skunk that had died in a pile of rotten eggs, but then again, after the last few years, you're just happy to be able to smell. That is just another typical day of what you've gone through for the past 4 years, and yet here you are, smiling, ready for the next challenge. Speaking of building challenges, do you remember when the whole wrestling room fell in? That was neat. For all our senior wrestlers, you had the opportunity to practice in the Commons every single day. That goes for almost all our sports. Almost everyone was practicing off-site. There would be days where you show up and courts weren't available, fields weren't ready, pools were double booked. I swear that Mr. Hilbig and all of our coaches aged 20 plus years in one season this year. But it gets even better. If there's one thing you learned over the last 4 years, it's that asbestos is a fibrous crystal. I don't know if anyone remembers this, but we had to close school on April 29th, 3 weeks early because of this fun word to say. Most people would have said, poor me, and just been done with it. But you embodied one of my favorite Michael Jordan quotes. If you quit once, it becomes a habit. Never quit. Everyone adapted and made the last month of your senior year special. Prom, Peach Fuzz Volleyball Awards Night, and you did it all with a smile on your face. I know the one thing you were missing out on was senior ditch day, but Mr. Paulson didn't have a senior ditch day, and he turned out to be semi-normal. So even with asbestos continue trying to knock us down, we always stood back up. I'm going to steal a quote from some of our other speakers here. Torres always says, "We are tough Greeley kids." And I think that is totally the truth. Oh, Torres, while I'm talking to you, you should probably get checked for asbestos poisoning since you've been exposed to it for the past 57 years. Oh, and the classrooms. They were shaped so brilliantly. If you were in Mr. Redmond's trig class of 43 students, I still don't know how you fit into that room. It had space, but it felt more like it was created to play Tetris than house students. I'm sure all of you had a class in a portable. In fact, I know quite a few of you did freshman year for biology. Remember we didn't have desks the first week? You adapted so well and still learned as freshmen on the floor. Of course, you helped move all these portable rooms on the fly and to march into the new building, because of course you did. No one even complained as they helped take our lives into the new building. You did it with smiles on your faces. Then there's the hub, a place where everyone would converge at this exact same time. Great for socialization, not great for avoiding lunch detentions for tardies. So as I'm sharing these stories with you, it does sound like a little bit of complaining. In reality, we could not be happier that we have a new building to call home. And it's not just a building, it's a masterpiece. So Dr. Pilch, our school board, all of our voters, thank you for all your work and your support in getting the bond passed. I don't know what we would have done without it. We are so lucky to have the opportunity to work, learn, create, and compete in the new Greeley West. Having said that, I'm speaking to the last class of the old building, the class that doesn't get to have the new building. I will touch more on this later, but there's something special about being the last in that historic building. So much has been accomplished in there, so many memories made, and you were the cherry on top. All of these stories have one key thing in common. Spartans are resilient. Everyone here has repeatedly knocked down and gotten back up. As Nelson Mandela so eloquently put it, do not judge me by my success, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. That resonates when I think of this group in the gym today. The ability to overcome adversity. Believe it or not, we have some of the greatest stories that I have ever heard right here in front of us. 3 students were brave enough to consent to me sharing their story here at graduation. Our first story is about a young lady whose family came in as refugees that spoke a language other than English. She had to be the translator, which forced her to grow up fast. Throughout her childhood, she was in a constant clash of expectation between Thai and American culture. Her family had a very strong sense of patriotism towards their homeland as her father had served in the army. The majority of her life had been spent in America trying to balance both cultures. Then in 6th grade, her parents got her a divorce, which put her in a new role. She was now cooking, babysitting, and doing so much, she had to grow up way too fast. While she knew how much her dad loved her, she didn't get to see him much throughout high school, which put a strain on the relationship. More challenges have come at her, especially recently, but through the adversity, she finds comfort in change and the ability to adapt. As each new challenge arises, she has a mindset that you can't control everything, so work on the things that you can control, which gives peace of mind. Koo Sir has overcome so much and still has such an amazing outlook on the world. Our next Spartan was born in Colorado, moved to Mexico when she was 3 years old, and then attempted to come back to Colorado but was denied. Her dad wanted to come back because he wanted his kids to learn English and have a bright future. Through all of this, she spent 8 years in Mexico before moving back to Greeley in the 7th grade. She spoke no English at this point. Her dad started working nights, and it was tough. They moved to Platteville, where learning English wasn't readily available. She spent whole days outside of the classroom and didn't have a chance to learn any English until she moved back to Greeley and District 6. She learned through her classes, but also through helping others. She became fluent in English as a junior and is now fluent in 2 languages. She has multiple AP classes, her GPA is above a 3.8, and she is heavily involved in our awesome Mexican American Studies program. Nothing could stop her. She was going to succeed against all odds. Idly Navarez Fuentes is the absolute representation. Is the absolute representation of resiliency and what it means to be a Spartan. Our last story is about a young lady who embodies resilience. She was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis when she was 5 years old. 5. Ulcerative colitis is an autoimmune disease where ulcers in the colon get incredibly inflamed. Symptoms include fatigue, weight loss, and much, much more. After nearly 10 years of trying different meds with different side effects, her body had rejected them all. Because of this, she became so sick that she had to have her colon removed during freshman year to stop the inflammation. After having her colon removed, an ileostomy bag caused her not to share anything because of embarrassment. She was able to get it removed a month later through surgery to create a J pouch, a makeshift colon out of the small intestine. Through her personal project, she was able to finally share what she had gone through. This allowed her to gain a lot of confidence and allow people to understand the situation and the struggles. This disease has caused constant anxiety about her stomach, which hinders how much fun she can have because it's always in the back of her mind. Physical activities that she loves, such as tennis, were hard to compete in. But through it all, this student has gained a lot more honest and open relationships because she has been able to share the hardest and most personal part of her life. She feels like she has such a great community here at Greeley West. She can talk to people about it and they can share personal struggles with her. It has actually been the best part of her senior year. She considers all of you sitting here family. Allie Bartels, you have overcome so much and always bounced back stronger, and she could not have done that without her Spartan family. This is what being a Spartan is all about. Overcoming adversity, pushing through tough times, and bouncing back together as Spartans. These 3 Spartans have overcome and bounced back over and over again. I can't tell you how many more stories of triumph and resilience we have here, but it speaks to the character of what our Spartans hold. Believe it or not, all of these things that we have had to overcome will benefit us more than we even know in the future. The ability to handle failure and rejection is such an unreal trait to have. Jobs, relationships, and life in general aren't always roses and rainbows. But every single one of us is ready to combat whatever life throws at us. Knock us down, but we are going to keep getting back up. We are strong. We have overcome loss. We have adapted to every challenge thrown at us. We have thrived as we have gotten to these seats. We have learned to accept that even though things won't always go our way, that we know how to bounce back stronger than before. This is what connects us. A pandemic couldn't stop us. A building falling apart tried to break us, but no luck. Nothing could stop this absolutely amazing class. That is because we are Spartans, and Spartans are resilient. Spartans overcome adversity, and Spartans are family. So, while we are going to head our different ways in the future, we hold a bond that is unbreakable. While you will make new friends and new relationships at your next stop, you will still share this bond of resilience and grit with the people in this gym. Although it is small, Mr. Cranston and our staff want to send you with a little piece of the old building today. Our amazing teachers, led by Dawn Feinberg, Brenda Guzman, and Julie Hagemeister, have helped us put together little pieces of the Spartan mural from the gym for you to take with you into your future lives. After we are finished with the ceremony, please grab a Spartan magnet from underneath your chairs. They're actually right underneath there if you didn't catch them yet, on your way out. This way, you will never forget what Greeley West has taught us. I have been so lucky to grow with you over the past 4 years. As a young teacher when you were freshmen and you accepted me and made me believe this was the best profession in the world, my colleagues would agree. That is because this class is absolutely amazing. I'm thinking about teaching next year in the new building, and while that is incredibly exciting, you will be missing. You've been immortalized into Greeley West, and you've left a huge impact on all of us. We are so proud of you and excited for your journeys. With that said, we will not forget the people that are physically near us. They understand the trials and tribulations that we have gone through better than anyone else. So remember, Spartans are resilient, Spartans overcome adversity, and Spartans are family. We are Spartans. Congratulations, Spartan class of 2022, you did it!
will now ask Pepper Mueller, District 6 School Board Director, to accept the class of 2022. Director Mueller, I certify that these students have met all the requirements for graduation. It is my pleasure to present to you the class of 2022, a contingent of 317 students. It has been a great pleasure and sincere privilege to work with this fine group of young men and women. Director Mueller.
Thank you, Mr. Cranston. What a great honor it is to stand before you all, the class of 2022 of Greeley West High School. I want to share with you heartfelt greetings from the District 6 Board of Education. We are excited to join you, your family and friends, and the faculty and staff in proudly recognizing your accomplishments. It is my pleasure, as a member of the Greeley-Evans School District 6 Board of Education, to certify that each of you has met all of the graduation requirements of Greeley West High School as recommended and certified by the faculty and staff. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Education, you are now authorized to receive your individual diploma. Congratulations to each of you, class of 2022.
Announcing our senior graduates' names will be our distinguished staff members, Brandon Torres, Whitney Upshaw, Joel Suarez Ramirez, and Don Wagner. Please come up to the stage.
Priscilla Valencia.
Andres Espinosa.
Aaron Lee Day III.
Edward Nicholas Breeden.
Caden Bryant Prather.
Gregory Jamal Falata Camaro.
Rowan Shane Haskell.
Abdifara Mohammed Abdi.
Daniel Garcia.
Keith Rivera.
Do you want me to go faster or slow?
Jackson Malik Balkan Smith.
Andy Ortiz Castillo.
Your middle name? Your middle name?
Zoe Mascareñas.
Do we touch a whole floor?
Brian Alejandro Medina Saldana.
Milza Vasquez.
Alisaya Isabel Sanchez.
Angelina Marie Gallegos.
Jose Covarrubias.
Brenda Helena Vasquez Holguin.
Jose Luis Aguina Martinez.
Michaela J. Martinez.
Stephen Reese Lanphier.
Maritza Angel Torres.
Yasmia Lucinda Sanchez.
Well, you gotta get ready.
Marinés Espinosa.
Donovan Carrion.
Uriel Maracio Hernandez.
Ty Reed Etherton.
Ramon Mateo Morado Jr.
Demi Wayne.
Jose De Leon Jr.
Alexandra Renee Arrier.
Taylani Giuliani Jones.
Alize Navarra Don Martinez.
Araceli Denaho Ojeda.
Emmanuel Peralta Mosquea.
Diana Rodriguez Moreno.
Jasmine Marie Cardwell.
Aubrey Soria.
Nadalyn Garcia Ponce.
Alfredo Evan Nieto.
Roxana Abigail Rivera Flores.
Calvin Selders.
Calvin.
Nemaya Baca.
Margarita Baron.
Andrew Kenneth Fassler.
Lexi Elizabeth Martinez.
Zachary Burns.
Nina Blay Sanchez.
Lupe Alfaro Bocanegra.
Bridget Virginia Hewlett.
Delilah Jada Perez.
Tanny Rose Shuttler.
Adamaris Garcia.
Michaela Emily Coffey.
Jimena Hernandez Ramirez.
Karen Monse Lovera.
Dalen Worthing.
Gabriella Michelle Lamb.
Tyler Michael Nelson.
Kate James Shuey.
Giovanni Ignacio Nunez.
Lisbeth Navarez Pena.
Jaden Mendenhall.
Faith Angel Ordonez.
Hector Lara Lechuga.
Addie Lene Aragon.
Angel Ray Torres Vasquez.
Carlos Alberto Minus.
Carlos Germán Sotelo.
April Ray Renee Glanz.
Tyler Gaunt.
Champion James Segura.
Jacqueline Cruz Bencomo.
Nisi Anaya Berrieza.
Xiomara Gabriela Barron Rodriguez.
Mariana Guadalupe Ruiz.
Jazzy Marie Brazil.
Haley Annette Martinez.
Lexi Heredia.
Moses Jose Aragon Paul.
Addie Ortiz.
Bailey Nicole Schiller.
Jasmine Lene Gomez Garan.
Cece Elizabeth Cherry.
Alyssa Jessie Sanchez.
Lucia.
Jasmine Ray Lucia Armstrong.
Dominic Anthony Gallegos.
Avery Rose Aragon.
Aiden Jeremiah Izaguirre.
Curtis Leroy Gutierrez.
Riley Paige Banman.
Naomi Jasmine Contreras.
Ashley Orneras.
David Jr. Silva. Sofia Montañez Trujillo.
Elise Moore.
Daniel Muñoz Colín.
Andrea Mosqueda.
Everett Carmona III.
Sheila Lucero.
Evelyn Castillo Garcia.
Denise Celus Alvarez.
Diana Cruz.
Juan Carlos Gorman.
Samantha Renee Company.
Derek Jimenez Lenderos.
Lachlan Brian Tribe.
Francisco Javier Gonzalez.
Mason Parker Van Duren.
Jose Andres Pegan Pimentel.
Cates. William Cates.
Adnan Siak.
Hayden Edward Jordan.
Ever Ramirez.
Xavier Tyler Edmonds.
Diego Emmanuel Ponce Garcia.
Ikra Kasim Ahmed.
Helena Margaret Marie Rangel.
Jesus Angel Reyes Jr.
Lachlan Naraya Hernandez.
Clay Ray.
Serena Marie Phillips.
Perla Rocio Flores Orduño.
Jeremiah Michael Flores.
Nathan Christopher Sanchez.
Taylor Moral Gallegos.
Eric Martinez Sanchez.
Ariadna de Jesus Hernandez.
Betsabi Meza.
Angela Chavez.
Sakira Mohammed Abdi.
Charisma Jacqueline Vertigo.
William Edward Broderius.
Emily Dorme Para.
Marai Melissa Rubio Navarez.
Rodney Gage Villegas III.
Yvette Araceli Juarez.
Hunter Matthew Redfern.
Sahara Giselle Lopez.
Odin Felipe Garcia. Let me know when you want to switch.
Iris Zulema Hernandez.
Veronica Angel Reyes.
Caleb Stephen Shell.
Mauricio Corral Payan.
Natalie Ixel Ordóñez.
Orlando Jesus Aragon.
Walker Miles Markham.
Miguel Ángel Zambrano López. Edgar Alonso Urquidi Arras.
Alexander Caitman Branham.
Aiden John Cody Belcher.
Kenna Renee Hoskins.
Saúl Rodríguez Saldivar.
Allie Samantha Heberly.
Jennifer Araceli Yanes.
Tomás Manuel Moreno.
Atsiri Ariadna Nevares Castaneda.
Travis James Wells.
Elizabeth Price Nicole Rivera.
Emily Hernandez Vargas.
Salma Marie Grimaldo.
Shakia Danny Santos.
Camila Yaslin Rizo Busteos.
Felissa Flores.
Nicole Escobedo.
Elizabeth Maldonado Martinez.
Alia Kiara Avila Lopez.
Ashley Marie Moon.
Randy Ponce.
Jaden Jacob Molina.
Yatsiri Ruby Chavez Ramirez.
Quade Gerald Hedinger.
Alejandro Vázquez.
Hugo Adrian Moraz.
Yulisa Lozano González.
Alonso Ramirez Navarro.
Ashley Ramirez.
Michael Anthony Yanes.
Lindsay Roberts.
Bethany Donnell Rayban.
Devani Cerrillo.
Nathaniel William Allen Rudolph.
Natalie Isel Pitones de la Cruz.
Bowden Reed Sednick.
Udolfo Benjamín Hernández Luna.
Allison Joanna Bartels.
Abel Dominguez Jr.
Whitley Danielle Morales.
Hunter James Clark.
Dylan Leroy Giesick.
Mateo Norman Vasquez.
Samantha Leanne Cranford.
Alexis Ruben Irizarry.
Landry Beth Young.
Kendricks Tyreek Watts.
Taryn Noelani Pinaflor.
Thomas Gregory Roth.
Tavian Montez Porter.
Jashawn Matthias Piscano.
Annette Michelle De La Rosa Luevos.
Jaylee Alyssa Payne Rice.
Cuckoo Sir.
Vanessa Yukino Mieda Garner.
Raylene Samantha Castillo.
Carmen Michelle Elliott.
Alana Rose Smith.
Esmeralda Costilla Sanchez.
Rashid William Garza Archuleta.
Juan Claudio Estrella Luna.
Brendan Michael Folsom.
Joseph Rojas.
Emma Lee Rodas.
Adán Gabriel Hernández.
Ali Ziad Lowe.
David Angelo Zamora.
Noelle Guerrero Hinojosa.
Joe Galvan Orguin.
Leonardo Flores Gonzalez.
Vashante Damari Garcia.
Josely Vasquez.
Henry Alexander Vincent Pastor.
Nick Perez.
Alexander Gonzalez.
Francisco Lerma.
Caitlin Jace Leonetti.
Eric Gabriel Morales Ruiz.
Fatima Lopez.
Caitlin Villarreal Acosta.
Jenna Lee Abels.
Carmen Lisa Marie Martinez.
Alondra Villanueva.
How do you say your last name?
We're gonna go.
Marlene Ortiz Aguada.
Marissa Marie Loya.
Giselle Prado.
Marianne M. Hassan.
Aldair Garcia Cruz.
Nasra Ahmed Muhammad.
Gutierrez Cano.
Clarice Ali.
Vianney Gonzalez.
Adrian Patrick Abeta Jr.
Vicente Gutierrez Damian.
Malachi Alexander Chatham.
Kevin Derhul Palma Zepeda.
Jaden Marie Stednitz.
Idali Nevarez Fuentes.
Bo William Martin.
Rashida Briella Benegas.
Ethan Curtley Sinclair.
Kulis Jordan Perez.
Cruz Rubalcaba Macias.
Bianca Jeanette Hernandez Vasquez.
Rodrigo Garcia Perez.
Camille Luis Musel Portillo.
Haley Elizabeth Ader.
Simone Corey Gonzalez.
Rebecca Ray Lee.
Edwin Benitez Gutierrez.
Adriana Lynn Griffith.
Elvis Rivera Dominguez.
Mia Compton.
Kobe Valentin Mendoza.
Diana Paulo Loya Acosta.
Who's up? Dylan James Zuniga. Dylan James Zuniga.
Eileen Chavez.
Soto Zavala. Maciel Emmanuel Soto Zavala.
Alvaro Martinez Escobedo.
Gerardo Hernandez Rodriguez.
Ashley Ornelas Berarano.
Cesar Villanueva Martinez.
Stephanie Jani Lembreno.
Brett Gordon Johnson.
Mari Elena Portillo.
Jayla May Martinez.
Orlando Moreno.
Kimberly Jaden Shanks.
Saúl Labur.
I think at the end, yeah.
Morgan Elizabeth Jones.
Julian Ivan Casera.
Jolie Rios.
Leonardo Hernandez Palamo.
Elijah Mitchell Torres. Trying to get you. Ryan Cruz Keaton. Good job, Ryan. This is just us. Simon Rodarte. Devon Ramirez. Kyson Blake Els. Kyson. Micah Hoche. Hoche. All right. Get it right. Ryan Arscott. Can't believe they're going to fit. You did a good job. Peyton Russell Rath. Mason Maurice Hernandez. Zuzu Matisse Swap. Tyler Copeland. Demetrius Sirio. Orlando Mendoza. Great. And Giovanni Baron.
I'm going to ask our student body co-presidents. You guys are rocking it here. I'm going to ask our student body co-presidents, Kimberly Shanks and Landry Young, to come to the stage to represent their classmates for the changing of the tassels. Graduates, please stand. Graduates, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your cap to indicate you have officially graduated. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2022. This is it. That's it. Class of 2022.